Hello, everybody. Welcome to our summer reset. We're going to be talking about how you can use your summer to create habits that are going to create a healthier lifestyle that actually stick. So, not just the 30-day cleanse, not just the quick answers, but creating habits that stick long past summertime. So, if we have not met before, my name is Christy Seibel. I own Seibel Wellness in Bloomer, Wisconsin, where I work with clients one on one to support their health. I have certifications in nutritional therapy and nutrition response testing. Those two certifications help me find the right foods and the right supplements for your body so that you can feel your best. I'm also an essential oil specialist. We're going to talk a little bit about oils in here because they're such a great tool to help support your habits. We've been using oils for almost 10 years now, and they're just such a great support. My husband owns an organic farm, and so that was really my first introduction to this world of natural health. The second big step in that journey was having kids. So we have two kids. They're now 10 and 13, but when they were born, all of a sudden we started thinking like, gosh, how should we do things differently? How can we start to clean up some of the things that maybe weren't paying attention to before? And then the big turning point came when our daughter was 5 and she was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition. And so while working with our medical doctors, we absolutely did everything that they told us to do, but we weren't super pleased with her prognosis and the long-term plan, which was basically stay on medication forever and she'll just continually get worse. And so we went searching for other options. We started working with a nutritional therapy practitioner. We started working with a nutrition response testing practitioner and using essential oils. And between all of those different things that we had introduced with her, we were able to have her wean off all of her medications. And she's been medication free for 8 years now, 6 years, 7 years, something like that. It's been years that she has been medication free. And so when I had the opportunity to leave teaching, I was a high school teacher for 12 years and focus on building my health business, I went back to school to get all of those certifications that we used to help her. And so now I get to do the same thing with you. The bottom line is that I believe you can feel better. I think we're sometimes told this story that this is just the way it is and you just have to deal with these symptoms, and it's not always the case. Actually, usually it isn't. When our daughter was first going through um, all the treatments that we were working on with her, obviously we all changed our diet. We all started doing things a little bit differently, and we all started feeling better. I would have told you before that I didn't have digestive issues, and then all of a sudden my digestive issues cleared up, and I was like, "Oh, this is what I'm supposed to feel like." So you're not doomed to have symptoms forever. Now, that doesn't mean everything can be fixed, but I absolutely believe you can feel better than you feel right now. And so today we're going to talk about some of the foundational things, some habits that you can start to build this summer to get you on that path. So, why do habits matter? Why are we talking about creating habits that last? This quote, and I don't have the book with me, of course it's at home, but if you are interested in learning more, there's a book called Atomic Habits written by James Clear. Follow him on social media, get on his email list. He has a lot of really great insights. But he says that success is the product of our daily habits. It is not due to once in a lifetime transformations. So we could switch that and say health is the product of our daily habits. It's not a once in a lifetime cleanse. It's not a 30-day thing. It's not 10 days here. It's not 30 days here. It is creating daily habits that lead us toward our goals. So, some things we need to know before we get started. Number one is willpower is not enough. I hear this all the time. Like, I just need more willpower. I need to try harder. I need to you think of willpower kind of like a battery, like it's going to run out. And so at the end of a long day, if you've had a long day of work and taking care of kids and dealing with emails and all of the things that you deal with throughout a day, it's going to, it is logical that your willpower is going to run out throughout that day. And so that's when this is, I'm classic for this as well. I'll just start again tomorrow. My willpower battery will be full again tomorrow. And you can probably relate to this, where in the morning you're like, yes, I've got this today. I'm not going to do this thing, or I'm going to do this thing. And then as the day goes on, all of a sudden that battery runs out and we're like, nope, I'm eating the thing or I'm skipping the thing. So we cannot rely on willpower when it comes to incorporating new habits. We need to build structure and support into our day that's going to allow those habits to take hold versus just hoping that our willpower will hold us through. So when it comes to creating habits, we are going to start small. Some of the habits I'm going to encourage you to start today, you maybe be like, that's so simple, I could do that. Great. Start small, because when we start small and we start to see wins, then as we start to increase our habit, we start to increase our target, it becomes so much easier. Plus, we all, maybe not all, I shouldn't say big terms like that. So many of us quit early because we're not seeing results. We don't feel like we're achieving our goals. We feel like we're falling short. When we start with small habits first, we get to feel some wins. We get to feel like, yes, I'm making progress. I'm staying committed to this. And then it's so much easier to stick with it. And it's so much easier to add on. So start small with your habits. The next one is to make the decision. When you decide that this is a habit that you are going to incorporate into your day, there you have decided there is no going back. So when that willpower starts to run out and you're like, should I go for a walk today? Should I eat this thing? Should I? Nope, you decide, I am going to walk today. I am going to eat protein. Whatever it is, you make the decision and it is non-negotiable. Think about talking to yourself the same way you would talk to someone else. If you were talking to a friend, if you told your friend that you would do XYZ for them, you are going to do that thing for them. You're not going to back out on them every single day. It's so easy to break those promises to ourselves. So start small, make a decision, and stick to it. I have a little tickle in my throat, so lots of water today. The next thing when it comes to incorporating new habits is you are going to track it. Again, I do this with my clients when it comes to like taking supplements. Taking supplements is a habit that we need to build in. And so I just had a, 35-year-old man in here and I was like, make a sticker chart. You've got young kids, got stickers laying around, make yourself a sticker chart. It works when we're kids, right? Works to like put the sticker on the chart to say like, yes, I achieved my goal today. It works for adults too. You do not need to use stickers, but you need to have a system of tracking, because that visual representation of your habit makes it so much easier to stick with it. And it's motivating. Who doesn't like checking things off? So, as part of this class, I did promise you a habit tracker, and you have a few options of how you're going to track your habits. If you are a paper pencil person, and I feel like tracking habits on paper, it's really satisfying to me. So I have two different habit trackers, and when I send out the recording of this class, whether you're watching it live or watching the recording, in that email will be links to these habit trackers if you want to print them off. So the first one, this is a monthly habit tracker where you can list your habits here, and then you can check off for a whole month. Did I do this habit on the first of the month, on the second, on the third? And so you just get to put little X's in the box, like, yes, I did this thing. So sometimes a month is helpful because you can see a lot of progress. Sometimes a month gets overwhelming because you're like, that's a lot of days. So I also have an option for a weekly habit tracker where you're going to list your habits here. And then for 1 week, you're going to say Sunday, it starts on Monday through Sunday. Did I do this habit? You can fill in the little bubble. This one also has spots on the bottom for a to-do list and other notes for the week. So you will get links to both of these habit trackers. Um, or if you prefer digital, there, there are so many different habit trackers out there. The one I use is literally called Habit. Hold on, let me find it for you. It looks like, oh, where's the camera? It looks like this is the one that I use. Oh, okay. That's the one that I use. And I actually cleared it out so I could show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but you can add in your habits. There's some already pre-built in there. So I can say like, yes, I'm going to walk. You can say how many steps do you want, or how much time do you want? Do you want to do this every day? There's so many different things. And this app can also remind you throughout the day, like, hey, did you go for your walk yet? So I think you can only add in 4 different habits on the free version of the app, but that is also a good way. So I'm going to encourage you, as you incorporate new habits into your routine, to track it. And then finally, you're going to give yourself some grace, because we are real people in a real world, and the goal here is not 100%. It is not. The goal is never perfection. The goal is progress. The goal is consistency. And so you will miss a day and you will get off track, and that does not mean that you failed. So the people who succeed are the people who just get back on track. So we're not starting over. We're not waiting for the next month or the next week. You just get back on and start that habit again. So my goal is always to never miss 2 days in a row. So if I miss a day, yeah, okay, but I'm not going to miss that next day. I made the decision that I was going to commit to this habit, and so I jump right back on. So our first goal for this summer is for you to track your daily habits with a habit tracker. Digital, I'll send you the PDFs of those 2 paper ones. Otherwise, find something that works for you. Maybe it's a sticker chart, but find a way that you can track your habits. And now, what habits are you going to track? I'm going to give you some ideas. So, when we're looking at improving our health, there are 5 foundations that are non negotiable. And these are the 5 things we're going to talk about today in terms of building habits this summer that are going to last and have a big impact on your health. So, we're going to go through these 5 today, starting with drink more water. So, your goal this summer is to drink more water. Why? Number one, when it is summer and it's a little bit warmer out, we sweat more. When we sweat more, we need to drink more water. We're typically more active in the summer, meaning we need to drink more water. And then we look at some of these symptoms of dehydration. Dehydration can cause cravings. So sugar cravings can be a symptom of dehydration. They can cause muscle cramps, anxiety, yes, can be a symptom of being dehydrated, headaches, trouble concentrating, heartburn, even joint or back pain and constipation can be caused because of dehydration. So we want to make sure we're drinking enough water. What does that look like? Our overall benchmark is going to be about half of our body weight in ounces of water every day. So how much do you weigh? Divided by 2, that's how many ounces of water we should be drinking. Now, do we want to put that on your sheet as like goal number 1? Maybe. Oh, it's even blue. That's perfect. Blue for water. So maybe, but how long have you known that you needed to drink more water? Have you probably heard before that you need to drink half of your body weight in ounces of water every day? And are we doing it? Maybe not. So I want you to come up with a goal. Remember, start small. Come up with a goal that feels doable. So my summer goal is to start my day with 16 ounces of water before I do anything else. Before I have coffee, before I have food, before anything else, I'm going to start my day with 16 ounces of water. I'm 16 ounces closer to my ultimate goal of half of my body weight, but at least I'm starting my day with water. So maybe that's your goal. Start your day with 16 ounces of water. Maybe you're like, oh, I already do that. Then find a goal revolving around water that works for you, that feels really doable, but also something that you're not already doing on a regular basis. Push yourself here. Now, maybe you are already like, no, I do drink half of my body weight in ounces of water every day. Then the next question around water is, are you using an electrolyte? So electrolytes are minerals that that help our body absorb water. You can be you can drink all the water in the world but still be dehydrated if your body can't absorb and use that water. So if you've ever felt like you were drinking water but then going to the bathroom right away because it was like literally going right through you, you're deficient in electrolytes. Or maybe you're drinking all the water, but you still have a lot of these symptoms. Constipation is usually a really key one. If you aren't having a bowel movement every single day, could be this, could be a deficiency in electrolytes. So, the key electrolytes are sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. And there are lots of different electrolyte supplements out on the market right now. They're very trendy, as they should be. They're a key part of health, but you want to make sure you're looking at ingredients. A lot of the electrolytes out on the market have a lot of added sugars, a lot of added flavors, artificial sweeteners. And so you really want to make sure that it's something that's not going to, deter a different part of your health. So the one we use in our home is called Recharge. It's made by doTERRA. It comes in two flavors. I have my fingers crossed for some new flavors this year. Right, only it comes in two flavors, lemon lime and wild strawberry. And this is our electrolyte of choice for a couple different reasons. Number one is it has 3 times more potassium than sodium. A lot of electrolytes out there have a lot of sodium in them. And I don't know about you, but I love salt. I put salt on a lot of things. I don't think I'm sodium deficient. Most of us are potassium deficient. So I want an electrolyte that's going to support that. So this has 3 times more potassium than sodium. Um, Other thing I should mention is it's actually a liquid. It's not a powder. Helps with absorption, helps with some of the ingredients in here are liposomal. They're well absorbed in liquid form. So um, that's unique of this electrolyte. The other thing I really like about this electrolyte is it has 4 different types of magnesium in it. Sometimes you'll see an electrolyte with magnesium, but they're simply just using the cheap stuff that maybe not isn't going to have any health benefits to it. So doTERRA is going to use 4 different types of magnesium, including magnesium L-threonate, which is known to cross the blood-brain barrier, really helpful for anxiety and stress. And so we're getting all of these extra benefits as well as support with our hydration. So maybe you're already drinking all the water, then your habit is start incorporating electrolytes once a day into your water. If you don't have an electrolyte supplement, you could try adding a little bit of sea salt. Yep, we're going to get sodium, but it's also going to have minerals that can help support hydration. So that is goal number one. Number two is eat real food. And we know how challenging food can be when it comes to summer. We're out to eat more, we're at more like potlucks and barbecues, and we're just more active. I don't know, maybe not everybody. I feel like this is a true statement for me. So, how can we prioritize food throughout the summer? Anytime we're talking about real food, the 3 things I'm always looking for are protein, fats, and vegetables. So, protein. Are you getting meat? And are you getting meat at every meal? Now, there are other sources of protein. Eggs can be a source of protein. Dairy can be a source of protein if you can tolerate dairy. Also, there are some plant based sources of protein, but in general, we're looking for meat here. So, are you getting meat at every meal? Now, this is going to be our priority. This is going to be the first thing I'm going to encourage you to start to shift is getting in more protein. Because not only does protein build muscle, I feel like that's the thing we always think of. We're like, oh, protein, you need protein if you want to build muscle. Yes, which as women is really key because as we age, we want to have healthy bones, Healthy bones require healthy muscles. So, yes, we want to build muscle mass. Protein is going to help with that. But protein is also going to help curb cravings. It's going to help keep you full longer. It's going to help you have more sustained energy throughout the day. And so, protein is going to be really key here in the summer. So, if we're out and about and we're eating out or we're at a potluck, we're going to prioritize protein. So how can I make sure I'm at least getting protein with, whatever other choices you make throughout the day? Am I getting protein in every meal? Um, Eating more healthy fats. Healthy fats are things like coconut oil, avocados and avocado oil, butter, olive oil, olives, nuts and seeds, butter, any sort of animal based fat like lard or tallow. All of those healthy fats. So my goal is always to have some healthy fat on my plate at every meal. And then also more veggies. I know lots of people can go through an entire day without eating a single vegetable. So how can you get more vegetables into your diet? They're full of nutrients. And so notice it just says more. It doesn't say how much more, just more. So if you eat one vegetable a day, can you do two? If you eat no vegetables a day, can you do one? And so everybody's goal here might look a little bit different, but if you're starting from scratch and you're not sure where to start, this is my favorite goal when it comes to food is are you eating protein for breakfast within an hour of waking up in the morning? It is going to set you off to have balanced blood sugar, to support healthy digestion. It's going to keep you full. It's going to keep you energized throughout your whole morning. It's just going to get your day started off so much better. Um, so this is my challenge to you is for this to be your summer goal. Eat a protein rich breakfast within an hour of waking up in the morning. Now, maybe you're like, I already do that. Okay, great. Either can you add more protein? If you're saying, yeah, I'm having an egg or two, okay, well, eggs actually don't have that much protein. So could you add a little bit more egg? Could you add a side of sausage? Could you add like a protein shake on the side? Could you get more protein? Or what else could you focus on? Could it be, are you eating a protein rich lunch? Are you getting enough veggies? Maybe your goals are around veggies, but find a goal that makes sense to you around eating real food. Now, again, because we might not be eating the way we normally eat in the summer, I think it's even more crucial for us to supplement with a multivitamin this in the summer. Because I'm not eating at home, I don't have quite as much control over every single meal, making sure I'm hitting all my goals. So when we have a multivitamin should be there to fill in the gaps in our diet, to give us all the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that our body needs that it's not getting from food. We take a multivitamin all the time because there's just always gaps. There's always, I don't eat enough green leafy vegetables. I don't eat enough, um, I don't know, I'm sure there's minerals that I'm not getting in my normal food. So the multivitamin that we use in our house is called VMG. I'm not saying this is the only good multivitamin out there. This is the one that we use. It's by doTERRA, and it contains all of your vitamins, minerals, and greens. That's what the VMG stands for. And it's in a very convenient drink mix. So you add this to it says 5 to 8 ounces of cold water. I think my husband adds his to like 30. Um, so you add this to water and then drink it. It's got a kind of a pineapple-y mango flavor, but it is green because you are getting a dose of greens in with your multivitamin. So this is a great time to supplement with a multivitamin so that you're getting all the vitamins and minerals your body needs. Um, I also really love supplementing with a fish oil. These are two kind of non-negotiables. I think every person can benefit from a multivitamin and a fish oil. Um, Plus, we just talked about eating more healthy fats. Getting a fish oil is a great source of healthy fats. So doTERRA's fish oil is called E Omega Plus. Love it because you're not going to burp up fish oil all day long. And you're not going to burp it up because it doesn't taste like fish. So much so that I don't swallow my capsules, I chew them. So this is my E Omega capsule. Okay, so I just popped it, got most of the liquid. I can see there's still some in there. Typically, I just chew this up. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm talking to you. Um, but the fish oil has a wild orange flavor. Wild orange not only makes the fish oil taste better, but it actually helps preserve the fish oil so it doesn't go rancid. A lot of fish oils on the market are actually rancid, which is why you burp up fish oil all day because it's bad. Um, okay, so your next goal is to create a habit around food. So, my summer goal, eat a protein rich breakfast within an hour of waking up. All right, number 3 is to move your body. Movement is non negotiable when it comes to our health. So, we are working on starting to incorporate habits that are going to last us throughout the summer into the fall. And so, incorporating movement into your day. The bottom line is here doing something that you love. This is not about joining a gym or doing some fancy workout, it's about movement. So, one of the best things that you can do for your health is to walk. Yes, it's enough. Walk. Ideally, you would walk after each meal. When we walk, it helps support our blood sugar, it helps support digestion, and it helps support healthy muscles. So, walking after each meal. Also, starting to incorporate some strength training if you haven't done this yet. Lifting heavy things. A friend of mine is a personal trainer, and he always talks about incorporating actions that are going to help you as you age. So, what are things you want to be able to do when you are 80 years old? Well, you want to be able to bend over and pick something up. Okay, so do squats. Can you just literally just do 10 squats standing at your desk? Can you start to incorporate something that's going to build muscle? So here's my summer goal. If you're starting from scratch, make your summer goal that you are going to go for a 10-minute walk every day. You're like, oh, that's too easy. But are you doing it right now? Start small. You can always add on, you can always increase. But by starting small, you're like, yes, I will go for a 10-minute walk. You get to check the box, you get that satisfaction, and you get to start to build some wins. So, go for a 10-minute walk every day. Best case scenario, it's after a meal, but done is better than perfect. Any walk is better than no walk. If you're like, hey, that was great, I feel good, I'm gonna keep walking, cool. Um, go longer or go again, but start small. So go for a 10-minute walk daily. Now, if you struggle with movement, I do have a few solutions here that can help because of, depending on what's going on. So if you struggle with pain, doTERRA's Deep Blue, it's like icy hot or biofreeze, but better because it works on the cellular level to actually reduce the inflammation. I just realized this one's not open. But this is like a stick. So you can rub it right on where you've got the pain, and it's going to help take away that pain. Um, so Deep Blue is a great solution. If you struggle with motivation, if you're like, I just don't have any energy, doTERRA has a supplement called Mito 2 Max. It's the energy and stamina complex. It is not caffeine. It simply provides your body with the vitamins and minerals your mitochondria need, which are the powerhouses of your cells, to have energy. So it's like an all natural, caffeine free energy supplement. So Mito 2 Max is a great option. Also, just peppermint. So simply breathing in peppermint. You can do a drop or two in the palms of your hands and breathe it in. Peppermint oxygenates your brain, helps wake you up, gets you energized, or you could add a drop of peppermint to your water. It's been shown to increase athletic performance and help improve motivation. So, peppermint could be a great tool if you need some support in getting your body moving. All right, this is always one that I debate making first. because sleep is so non-negotiable. Tired all day? Are you getting enough sleep? Um, so sleep, ultimate goal is 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Anywhere less than 6 hours of sleep a night, we're going to see major health concerns start to pop up. Basically, every single chronic disease, your risk factors increase like exponentially with less than 6 hours of sleep a night. So prioritize sleep. Yes, even this summer. I know it's summer and it's light out and we want to stay up late, but then we still have to get up early to go to work in the morning. This is like, I'm sorry. But 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. So if you know what time you need to go to bed and get up in the morning, set your alarm 7 to 8 hours before that and make yourself like you need to be in bed. So yes, enjoy the summer, enjoy the late evenings, but also um, don't do it at a risk of sleep because non-prioritizing sleep is going to have a big impact on your health. It impacts our blood sugar, our digestion, our mental health, our immune function, our heart function. Everything suffers with short sleep. So if you struggle with sleep, some things to think about: make sure you're sleeping in a dark, cool room. Ideally, you want to be in bed by 10 o'clock. I know that this may be not ideal on every night of the summer, but that is our goal, is to be in bed at 10 o'clock. Your body gets its best sleep between 10 and 2. And if you wait and go to bed at 11, that window does not shift to 11 to 3. 10 to 2 is the window. Avoiding technology before bed can make a huge impact in the quality of our sleep, as can avoiding caffeine in the afternoons. Caffeine makes it harder for your body to get into deep levels of sleep. So even caffeine or coffee or soda at noon can still be impacting your sleep 12 hours later. So avoiding caffeine in the afternoons. Um, Now, summer goal here. You get to pick what works best for you. But a great place to start if you're starting from scratch is no screens 30 minutes before bed. No screens, no phone, no computer, no TV. Those screens are bombarding your body with blue light, and blue light is telling your body to be awake. Makes it very hard for you to wind down and get ready for bed when you're doing the exact opposite. So, summer goal: no screens 30 minutes before bed, or find something else that works for you if maybe that's a habit you've already incorporated. If you need support with sleep, doTERRA is an amazing sleep system that's been clinically shown to improve sleep, improve quality of sleep, and thus, when we improve our sleep, it actually can be shown to help your biological age decrease. So, can you actually age backwards? That's something that this has been shown to do. So, there's an oil, there's a stick, and there's a supplement, all of which can be really helpful when it comes to sleep. Um, that if you feel like I'm doing all of those things, I'm doing all the things, everything right, and I'm still not able to sleep, there could be something deeper going on. And so that's when you start to look at a practitioner and see if there's something that they can help you with. Okay, and then the last piece is stress. Our last goal of the 5 foundations of living a healthy lifestyle is managing our stress. I would like to think we should have less stress in the summer because it's nice out, but also kids are home from school. I feel like sometimes kids' schedules get even more busy. So, how can you manage your stress in the midst of a very different kind of season? So, some things that I would prioritize when it comes to your stress. Number one is practice breathing techniques. I know it sounds kind of woo woo and it sounds kind of out there, but when you slow your breath down, it can pull your body out of a physically stressed state. So your brain maybe still feels stressed, but we need your body to not be. And so practicing breathing techniques can help pull your body out of that stress state. My favorite technique when it comes to breathing is called box breathing. So when we do box breathing, we breathe in for a count of 4, hold it for 4, breathe out for 4, and then hold it for 4. So you can kind of envision that box. So slow down your breathing. Also, you should be doing all of that breathing through your nose, not through your mouth. You can breathe in through your nose, you can breathe out through your mouth if you'd like to, but all of that breathing should be done through our nose. I'm actually just reading a book about if you want to improve your heart health, one of the best things you can do is just this: practice breathing better. Your breath has a big impact on the health of your heart. Other things that can help manage stress is to make sure you find time for gratitude, journal, or prayer. Schedules get busy, it's still important to find that time. So maybe you make a habit of before you get out of bed in the morning or after you go to bed at night, before you fall asleep, writing a few things down or spending some quiet time. Number three is to make time for connection. Um, are you connecting with other human beings? Human connection has a huge impact on our health. I feel like we do a lot better with this in the summer here than we do in the winter because we're out and about more often. But make sure in your day that you still have time prioritized for connection. And then finally, create some margin in your schedule. If you are booked back to back to back all day long, going from work to activities to everything, and then still trying to prioritize sleep and all of the healthy things we're talking about, make sure you've got some white space in your calendar. Ask for help when you need it. Say no to things if you need to, but make sure you've got some white space. Make sure you've got time to take care of you, and do something that really just brings you joy. So my goal is always and every day, can I find, even if it's just 5 minutes, can I find time to do something that makes me happy? Not anybody else, but something that's just for me. So is it reading 5 pages of a book before I go to bed? Is it getting outside and going for a quick walk? What is something that brings me joy? Making sure that there's time for that too. So what's our summer goal? I love the goal of practicing taking 5 deep breaths daily. So do box breathing 5 times. I like to do it right before I get out of bed in the morning or right before I go to sleep at night. The more you practice it, the easier it is to do. And then when you are in a stressed situation, you've got those tools. Okay, so find a summer goal around stress that you can start to incorporate. Now, also, if you're like, oh my gosh, this is 5 new habits. I don't know if I can do 5 new habits. Okay, do one. Pick one that you're like, maybe this is what you do right now. Is I'm only going to start my day with 16 ounces of water. I'm not going to worry about anything else, and that's my only habit. And then maybe in a week or two, you're like, okay, now I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to start my day with 16 ounces of water, and I'm going to go for a 10-minute walk. So, goal is to start small, even if it feels like it's not enough. It is. Starting small and then slowly building up is how we build habits that stick. Because if you're like, nope, I'm going to do it all, I'm going to drink a gallon of water and I'm going to eat perfectly and I'm going to go for a 60-minute walk every day and I'm going to sleep and I'm not going to be stressed. Okay, that sounds stressful. And you're going to get overwhelmed and you're going to quit. You're going to end up right back where you are a week from now, or 2 days from now, or a month from now. And our goal is to create habits that stick, that we can continue to build on, pass through the summer and past the summer. So if it means right now you're only going to write one thing, that's okay. And when you get really good at that one thing, now next week you get to do 2 things. Or maybe next month. Think about if all you did for the next 6 months, what do we got left? 7 months of the year? For the next 7 months, what if you added one new habit every month for the next 7 months? Think about walking into 2026 and how much different um, health wise you could be, or even just knowing that, like, yeah, when I say I do something, I'm going to do it, makes it so much easier to add new habits then. Okay, just a quick note that if you are looking for any doTERRA products, um, these are the non-negotiables that I have in my home and in my routine is using electrolytes, a multivitamin, and a fish oil every single day. Know that when you purchase this little bundle here with the fish oil and the multivitamin, you're also going to get this fun little shaker bottle and a bottle of peppermint, which we talked about for movement. Um, And so this would be a great place to start if you're looking at supplements as part of your healthy habits. And also notice, even though I only talked about 5 different things, there's room for 6 here. There's room for way more than 6 on this one. Um, but that's okay because either you don't have to fill them all out or you can add your own. So maybe you have a water one, a food one, a movement one, a sleep one, a stress one, and maybe you are working with a practitioner. And so take supplements is part of your habit tracker. Um, but there's some ways that you can get started with these supplements. If you are looking for some more support around these goals, I have a program. It's called the Restart Program. We are kicking off June 18th. It is a 5-week virtual workshop where you learn about nutrition, digestion, and blood sugar over the course of 5 weeks. It includes an optional sugar detox. Registration is not open yet, but it is coming soon. So the cost for that course is $297. You get a $100 discount if you're working with me one-on-one as a client, or if you are a doTERRA customer using the rewards program and using some of the things we've talked about, you also get a $100 discount. So $197 for clients, $297 if you're not working with me already. We start June 18th. It'll be 5 Wednesday nights. All classes are Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock. If you are like, I am ready to make some changes in my nutrition and my food, this is the place you start. If you are like, I need more support than that, you also have the opportunity to work one-on-one with me. I have openings beginning the week of June 10th. It's the soonest I am taking on new clients at this point. But uh, we work together one-on-one. We use food, we use supplements, we use habits, and we're going to help work through any symptoms you have. And so if you want to talk more about how I could help or what I do, you can book a consultation at cybawellness.com/consult. Actually, I don't know if that link works anymore because my website just got redone. If you go to www.cybawellness.com, at the top of the page, there is a link that says book an appointment. So if you click that link, you can book a free consultation with me, um, and we can chat about what working together one-on-one might look like. This is for if you feel like you've already been doing all the things and you're still not seeing results, or you're feeling like you could use someone to hold your hand and walk with you one-on-one. I have a practitioner. Even though this is my job, I actually have 2 different practitioners that I use for different seasons and different things, um, because I need someone to walk with me too, to help me figure it out. I'm not going to do it all by myself. So if you want somebody to walk through this season with you, I would be honored to work with you one-on-one. You've got that option there. All right. So if you have any other questions, there's all my contact info. That is literally my cell phone number. So feel free to give me a text, send me a text. You've got my email address, and then lots of information at cybawellness.com as well. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Um, Otherwise, thanks for hanging out. I look forward to seeing how your habit tracker goes. Take pictures, send them my way. Let me know how it goes incorporating new habits. And then we do have a class coming up. Date has not been finalized. It might be by the time I send this email out. It probably will. So go back and read the email. It'll tell you when the class is, but we're going to teach it. We're going to have a class here at Cyber Wellness and again virtually, all about blood sugar. What you don't know about blood sugar, what you should know about blood sugar, what your doctor's not telling you about blood sugar, and why even if you are not diabetic, pre-diabetic, or insulin resistant, you should care about your blood sugar. So it maybe doesn't sound like the most exciting topic, but I guarantee every person needs to hear this information. And that class is going to be coming up on a Tuesday evening in June. So go back and look at the email to find the dates on that. All right. Thank you very much for being here, and we will see you next time.